Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I decided let's just play with some makeup today and do a little chit chat because why not? I feel like we're friends, like come in close, like you can see the pores, you can see the dark marks. So I got some new makeup, shocker. Where am I going? Nowhere, I'm going to my couch. As you can tell, I'm dressed pretty comfy here. So yeah, this is just us everyday slay for your couch and Netflix binge. So yeah, we're gonna get started. I think I'm gonna start with some new foundation, which is always something that might go great or might not go great, but I think I want to try some new foundation. I got some in that I've been wanting to try. But anyway, before we get started, you guys know what to do. Like and subscribe, join the musings of a curvy lady family, and let's get started. So my skin is cleaned and prepped. Actually, it's not prepped, it's just clean and moisturized. We're gonna go in with my tried and true Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. This primer, I love it so much. It's like a gel base and it really grips. It says, exactly what it says, your makeup, but it doesn't make you feel super, super matte. And that, oh, you know what? I always do this, Natalie. I don't have a mirror. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, how do I expect to see? I am a professional YouTuber. Anyway, I'm like, okay, so yeah, I really like the consistency of this primer. It works really well on oily skin because I feel like it still allows your skin to look like skin, but it really works really well on this T-zone area. I also have some new sponges that I'm going to be using today. This beauty sponge is by this brand called Beaky. They sent them to me and I believe you can get them on Amazon, and I'll leave it linked all below, but they gave me a discount code. I was like, okay. So use Tamar20 at checkout and you get 20% off. And I think they're already like $8 like for a package. So that's a really good deal for some makeup sponges. And we're going to set my primer with what I always do, which is my translucent Laura Mercier powder. Did you know Laura Mercier, they came out with a new color, and they sent me a PR box and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So it's like, this is the medium deep, and then they have like the one that's like, it looks white, and now they have like a medium color called Honey. So it's like in the middle color between this and the light one. What's new with life? Let me update you. We're still in quarantine. Well, are we? I am. I don't know about y'all because we are very much still in a pandemic. But I just feel like everyone's being so lax now, and people go to restaurants, people go to Disney World. I live in Florida, so yeah, people go to Disney World and Universal. And I just think it's crazy. If you guys are new here, besides creating award-winning YouTube videos, just kidding, besides doing content and influencing, I still work as a nurse. So I work the front lines at a local hospital here in my city. Florida became an epicenter of the pandemic, and Florida is Florida. Like, need I say more? We're always the donkey of the day on the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne's always saying, like, the craziest people in all of the world live in two places, the Bronx, New York, and all of Florida. And I have to say, he ain't wrong. So yeah, August was the surge. So it was insane at the hospital. I'm telling you, every day I was going in, I was having a panic attack because I didn't know where I was going to be, if I was going to work the COVID unit, or even if you're on your regular floor, because I work progressive care, if the COVID patients were becoming more critically ill, the nurses that take care of those patients aren't trained for that. So we would have to float, like go over and help them out. So it could happen in the middle of the shift. Like you could be working and then all of a sudden a patient comes in and it's like they don't have enough nurses that are qualified to take care of this kind of patient that requires the vent or, you know, certain medications to titrate. And you're over there like, great, now I gotta go. So we're in September now. Like, when did that happen? I feel like I sneezed and it's like, it was March, just like 2 seconds ago. It was March. So I don't know how you guys are or if anyone's in the medical field that's watching this, but the morale at my hospital got so low. Like, and I have like two alter egos, kind of like Beyonce, Sasha Fierce. Mine are Hello Kitty and Grumpy Cat. Like that's, I'm either or. So you either get Hello Kitty. When I'm at work, everyone gets smiles. Hi, I'm Tamara, I'm gonna be your nurse today. Like, let me get you some extra ginger ale, you know? Like, I will be that nurse or I will be Grumpy Cat. And everybody knows when I'm Grumpy Cat. The patients, my coworkers, God, everybody is very well aware. I can't hide it on my face. All of August was basically Grumpy Cat was in action all the time. And I hate feeling that way because I don't want to add to the already stressful situation, but it was just so hard not to exhibit that and like to just, it was just so frustrating. Anyway, all right, I'm all set there. Now we're gonna do eyebrows. I'm a type of person that once I find a product I like, I kind of stick to it for years. I buy it in bulk just because I'm afraid it's gonna get discontinued. So for the last year or so, I've been using Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I really like Benefit. I just feel like that's where they started. I think their brand started mostly just with brow stuff, or was it the nipple thing? Y'all know the story about the nipples with Benefit? So there was a lady who would buy Benefit and she would use some product. She was like a burlesque dancer and she would use it on her nipples to make them flush. And yeah, like Google it. It's pretty interesting. I'm using the color number 6. It's the darkest in the shade. And I like that this is like how it looks. I need something thick, but it's also still angled so I can get some good lines. And I know what you're probably thinking, like, Tamar, your eyebrows are crazy. And I know. I've just made the decision to go places that I only feel really comfortable and the people practice social distancing and wear a mask, period. You'll get my business. So until then, and I don't trust myself to do my own threading or tweezing. Like, I should probably insert a photo from me in the 90s with my lackluster brows. So I'm just going to keep them really thick and bushy and wily until further notice. Because guess what? That's my business. Tabitha Brown. Speaking of Tabitha Brown, I've just loved how quarantine has created all these celebrities of like normal everyday people, and Tabitha Brown is just, you know, this mom who was sharing her love of vegan dishes, and she just happens to have the most velvety, relaxing voice ever. And because of that, she's gotten so many like amazing opportunities and gigs. Like I follow her on Instagram. She was first to, you know, went viral on TikTok. But she's like modeling, and like she has like this thing with Vogue magazine, like this like monthly like video that she shares a recipe, which I think is so cool. I'm like, look at you just being yourself. Like that's the magic and the power with social media. Like when it's done right, you know, like, and she didn't go out there to like be viral, you know, become a sensation. She was just being herself and people were attracted to her good energy. As you guys know or may not know, I am not a makeup artist. I just like makeup, and I think that's something I like to always share in my videos. One, because don't come for me. Don't come for me. I'm just living my life over here, just trying to add a little bit of fun and loveliness to my corner of the interweb. And I also think it makes it less intimidating for people, you know, like I'm not a makeup artist, but I think I do my makeup pretty okay. And it's relatable, it's realistic. Can I share the news? Like, can I? Okay, so it's not even my news to share, but Natalie, who is behind the camera, who does all of my YouTube videos. Oh my God, I've known her since a wee babe. And now she's gonna have a babe. She's gonna have a wee babe of her own. She's pregnant. Ah, insert like crowd screams. Yeah, that's so exciting. There's so many babies being made right now.
My doctor was like, I'm gonna be busy in March.
I bet. Oh, okay, I forgot to say what I was doing. This is, I don't even think they make this anymore. It's kind of old, but it's Maybelline Brow Precise. It has like some fiber. It's supposed to make your brows fuller and like just lock things down. And I use this right now, and then I use it throughout the makeup process, because we've already established that I'm not a serial killer, because I do my brows before my makeup application. Don't come for me in the comments. I said what I said. Okay. I just hope kind of make them more manageable. Even like they're not even cleaned up yet, and they're way better looking than they were. So this is the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. You can conceal, contour, highlight, and retouch. Can you retouch that? I'm like, you can't retouch, like that's impossible. I understand. Anyway, you know, it's really interesting how, I mean, I consider myself a pretty, you know, smart person. You know, I don't know my IQ or anything, but I mean, I am a nurse, you know, I know how to drive, you know, basic intelligence, but sometimes you say the stupidest things, you know, like your mind is like, come on, brain, come on. Like the other day, my friend was like, look at your palm, and I went like this. I looked at the back of my hand. They're like, your palm, and I'm like, I know. Your palm. I'm like, oh. And I know what I don't know, I just had like a brain fart. I feel like all of us are a little bit dyslexic in a way. I don't know what's happening with this hand. It's just like, I can't. So, what have you been watching, Natalie, on Netflix or on the
Zac Efron's new show?
Oh.
I don't know what it's called.
Isn't it like Home something or
No.
Down to Earth?
Down to Earth.
Down to Earth.
Yeah.
I get my brain. See, my brain holds on to random information, but do I know my palm? Between my palm and the back of my hand? No. Zac is a hottie. I remember reading or like seeing on Instagram, like people were like talking about his body on the show and calling him a dad bod. And I'm like, Zac Efron does not have a dad bod. Even if he had a dad bod.
He was just like bulked up.
Yeah.
Like, in a good way.
People need to like, I don't understand the obsession about bodies, especially the bodies that aren't ours. Work on yourself. Do you? You don't understand what people are going through. You don't know why someone has lost weight or gained weight. You know, send them a card. I was thinking about you, you know, like, and perfect example, Chadwick Boseman, okay? Man, can we talk about him for a second and how I was devastated? If you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, even if you're not a fan of Marvel, my goodness, this man, Chadwick Boseman, actor, 43 years old, dies of stage 4 colon cancer. No one knew. He was dying before our eyes, and people were literally making fun of the way that he looked. And now they probably feel horrible, obviously, because the man is dead. And if that isn't like a good lesson to learn, like mind your business, don't comment on someone else's body. You don't know what they're fighting, what they're battling. They could have an eating disorder, they could be relapsing. Like, you don't know. If you're not intended to say something positive, encouraging, uplifting, don't say it. Don't say it. If that's not your intention with your words, because words are powerful, don't say it. Don't say it. Yeah, Chadwick Boseman was on my mind a lot. I think everybody's mind. It was just such a shocker, you know? And the kids, I don't think I could tell my kid that he died. Like, I see these kids, like, having funerals for Black Panther with their toys. And I'm just like, I'm a little disturbed by it, because I'm just like, I can't tell him that his hero is dead. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I don't. But I'm just letting you know how I feel. Not that you care. But if you're watching this, I would hope.
Like, clicked on the video.
You clicked on the video. You're gonna get what you get. So what have I been watching? Honestly, okay. I have always been into like true crime and Dateline, 48 Hours, things like that. But since in quarantine and how the world is, I don't find those shows entertaining. Not that murder is entertaining. This is where, okay, let me explain. I feel like I am drawn to shows like that because I want to see someone pay. I want to see justice rendered. I want someone to be held accountable. So I think that's why I like shows like that. It's not because I'm like this demented person that loves the fact that people are murdered in the most horrendous ways. But I also am intrigued about the mind, also about these individuals, especially when individuals they look harmless, you know? And I don't know, it makes me, you know, more vigilant, hyper aware. I don't trust people. Since being in quarantine and just the state of the world and how it's just been one bad thing after another, that's enough. You know, like my reality, the world's, you know, and not to say that true crime, obviously it's true, but it was still, I had distanced myself from it and from these individuals, you know, that were going through these horrible things. Is this the end of an era? Am I like done with true crime? Although I did watch, it was called I'll Be Gone in the Dark, a documentary about a true crime author named Michelle McNamara, who was obsessed with the Golden State serial killer. And it was basically a story about how her obsession and her drive to, like, she was a detective basically, even though she was a civilian, but she was just so involved in this case, and she ended up writing this book, but then she ended up dying before the book was finished. I highly suggest watching. It is on HBO, so there is some like language stuff, and obviously it's a serial killer, so you're hearing the accounts from the victims themselves. But it was a different documentary that didn't really focus on the Golden State Killer, but the community, the civilian community that became these detectives that basically, you know, helped solve the case like 40 years later. So that's the only true crime thing that I have watched. Okay, I think my brows are done. It's only taken me half an hour. This chit chat, oh my goodness. Okay, next we're gonna try the new foundation. So we are going to be using the Ilia Skin Tint, what is it called? Super Serum Skin Tint Broad Spectrum with SPF 40 sunscreen, which is amazing to have SPF 40 in foundation. I am a little concerned just because I love full coverage, and when I saw this being, you know, demoed, it's like people with like amazing skin, and they're like, it's kind of like a Glossier, kind of add like, oh look, barely their makeup. And I'm like, but I also was doing reviews and people are saying like, no, it's full coverage. And I was like, all right, so this is what it looks like. And the really cool thing, this is a clean product. And the thing with anything with skincare, you have to shake it vigorously to make sure all the ingredients are well mixed. And the thing about this, it's in a dropper. Okay. Okay. I know someone came for me in my last makeup tutorial saying like you're using a foundation that's too dark for you. And yes and no. Yes, it's darker than my skin color on my face because my face is lighter than other parts of my body. But it matches with my neck, and when I do the entire face, it all blends together. Always bring it down to your neck. I mean, I'm not a makeup artist, but I do know that. I mean, it does dry down. I feel like you have to work pretty quickly. And it oxidizes. Like, it definitely gets darker. So, this is the makeup, just the foundation. I haven't set anything. I haven't added any highlighter or concealer. So, I think it gives me a skin-like finish. I added a lot of product to give me this coverage, and I like it. I like it, but it doesn't feel heavy. So we're gonna continue with the Born This Way concealer to highlight. So I've been watching a lot of light comedies and reality television. I watched the Indian Matchmaker. That was interesting. Nothing ended up being finished.
No,
that's the annoying. I'm like,
that really annoyed me.
I was like, it just said, you know, I was expecting the next episode, and it just went to another series, and I was like, wait a minute, what?
They just stopped like talking to whoever it was, and then it was that was it.
So what happened to? Well, I don't remember their names, but she was the girl who was from Ghana. Not Ghana. She was Guyanese.
Yeah. The tall.
Yeah. The wedding. I think she was like a wedding planner.
They just like stopped.
They just thought it sounded like it was going good.
Yeah.
And then it just ended.
She was the one I wanted to see.
Yeah. The other one I was not interested. And then they brought in these random people, and then this guy's dad committed murder or something. I was like, wait, what is happening? This is so random.
Yeah.
Although I did like him.
Yeah.
The big guy.
He was sweet.
He was very sweet and nerdy. And then, I hated the pretty boy, who had the jewelry designer.
He was
spoiled brat. And then
house was crazy.
Yeah, and then he had the lock on his closet. And he's like, this is where the magic happens. I'm like, in your whatever. Whatever. The other one, he was worse. Oh, he was so gross. He was like,
but he did find somebody.
I know, but his mother is the one who made it happen. Like, he didn't even go through the matchmaking process. He was saying no to everybody. And then his mother's like, my blood pressure is so high. You will make I will make it for you. And he was like, okay, Mom. Like, he was so annoying. His demeanor, I was just like, I am infuriated, but I can't stop watching. So he ends up the awkward conversations between them. They're like, so how's it going? What's up?
You like cats?
You like cats? Like, swallow me up. Like, I hate dull conversation. You know, like, anyone would feel awkward with like super awkward silences in a conversation. My thing that I do when I'm nervous and meeting someone or a guy for the first time and having that first conversation, I talk a lot. And that might be hard to imagine, But it's true. Like, I talk a mile a minute. I refuse to have a moment of silence. One time with a guy I was recently talking to, he's like, "Are you okay? Like, do you usually talk this much?" And I was like, "You think I talk too much?" But I do. I talk a lot when I'm nervous. All right, so we're just gonna blend this out.
Did you watch Love on the Spectrum?
Mm-mm.
That's a good one too. About autistic people trying to find love.
Yeah. See, I can't. It's okay. I have mixed feelings about watch. I can't watch stuff like that with people in love with autism just because my brother's autistic and it hurts me so much. It breaks my heart because my brother isn't like that on the spectrum. He's more low functioning and I just like my brother's never gonna like get that, like have that, and it breaks my heart. There's this one movie I did watch when I was like in college called Mozart and the Whale. If you ever, it was with Josh Hartnett and this other rando girl. They were both on the spectrum and they both fall in love. And it's called Mozart and the Whale. Like, I'm gonna spoiler alert, because like they're dating during Halloween at some point in the movie, and like as their costumes, like she's Mozart and he's a whale. It was so cute. Every year my brother gets older, it's like the dream gets further. I don't want to cry. Oh my god, I'm not gonna cry. The dream of him having something like that like just gets further and further away. My goal with my brother is, I mean, as long as he seems content and happy with his life, like that's like my goal for him. I think that blended nicely with makeup, the foundation. This is my favorite concealer. I feel like it works well with so many different foundations, which is pretty amazing. Okay, so now I'm gonna set with my Laura Mercier powder. I also use like the same sponge throughout the makeup process. Am I supposed to use a different sponge for different things? I don't know. I think that's, I don't know, whatever. All right, besides the Matchmaking, I'm trying to think, what else have I been watching? I actually haven't been watching a lot of TV. I was sick last week and so I just slept. But if you have any suggestions, leave them below. I'm gonna try something here. We'll see if I sculpt my face. I always see people do this, but I don't know if I'm coordinated. Bake a little. We'll see how that turns out. I have no idea. So I'm tempted to go somewhere, but I'm also very afraid to go somewhere. I want to go to like Cabo or something. I don't know if I was supposed to blend right away. I was supposed to wait. I can't. I was too scared. Now we are going to use some bronzer. I think I have a new bronzer I want to use. This is from Makeup Revolution. Golden Hour, the Tammi X Revolution collab. Let's see these colors. I got two different colors from them. This one is called Paradise Glow. These are the two darkest palettes. I also have this new blush, not blue, bronzer from Mented. They sent me this. This one is called Yacht Life. I think I'm gonna layer. I think I'm gonna use a darker one and then lighten it up and blend it. We'll see. Okay, we're gonna use the Golden Hour palette and I'm gonna use, so many decisions. I'm like, what should I use? We'll use the Bronze Bell. We'll see what happens. All right, it's very pigmented. Lightly. This one blend it off. Just bring this onto my lid. I like how that looks when you kind of have like a monochromatic look. Next, we are going to set all this with my finishing powder, my Sephora micro smoothing powder. Finish with this. Okay, so we look really powdery right now, right? So to help kind of fuse everything together, of course I forgot it. Yes, it's in the same area. Did you see it when you?
No, but
It's like in the right near it. Get the Tarte one. Natalie's so good. Thanks, Natalie. Okay, so to help fuse and soften everything, we're going to set everything now. I'm really excited tonight. Okay, I decided I'm gonna do my own cheese and wine night. I'm gonna make a baked brie, okay? And so that's like with the puff pastry. And you're gonna put the puff pastry down, you put the brie, and then you pour like honey and almonds, and then you close up the the pastry, and then you put egg wash over it, and then you put more honey and almonds on top for like 20 minutes, and like got my crackers ready. It's gonna be great. Okay, so skin is looking way better, less powdery, like more like luminous. And this is like when I like to add on more powder. Well, actually, I have a brand new product that I wanted to use. Let's see. It's from NARS. It's a liquid blush. Let's see if this will work. I'm just gonna see it. I'm not gonna put it on my face yet because you can't. Oh God. Oh wow. This does not look like my color. Yeah, this is not my color. Oh yeah. That is watery. Okay. And that is not my color. It feels really nice though. All right, so we're not gonna do that. We are going to use, oh, I do have a new blush, powder brush. This is from Beauty Counter, Date. Let's see. I mean, I see it. It looks like, I think I can build on it. Yeah, it's pretty. Okay, yeah, this blush is pretty. All right, Beauty Counter. And Beauty Counter is also clean. Next up is highlight. Do I have a new highlight? I'll use it. I don't think I shared this one before. This is Milk Makeup Flex Highlighter in the color Glazed. And I was in my friend Ashley, this Ash J on Instagram. She inspired me to get this. It's like black girl friendly, like poppin'. About a new whip, what's poppin'? Is that how the rap song goes? I think a little goes a long way with this. Yeah. Woo. Now to like melt that again, I like to spray some setting spray on my sponge and dab. Just softens, makes it less harsh. So this is it with the extra dab, and this is it over here without it. Bring him back to life. Bring me back to life. Wasn't that a song? Bring me back to life.
Wake me up inside.
Wake me up and see. Yeah, Evanescence. Yeah. I had a little emo stage. Like one of my first concerts was like Panic at the Disco. It was Dashboard Confessional, Panic at the Disco, and I think My Chemical Romance. Like it was like the most random. But my friend at the time, Natalie, like she put me onto a lot of that music, and I would never go to a concert like that, like on my own. But so we're gonna put on lashes and eyeliner, and I got some new lashes from Glamnetic. This one is called Vixen. There you go. And there's lots of different brands that do this, but I just, hold on. I just like this one. The thing about this liner, it has to be wet to glide it. When you start to feel it like dry up a little bit, go get more, girl. Now, you let them get a little tacky, dry down first. So in the meantime, I'm going to put some mascara. I'm just gonna use, this one is from Laura Mercier. I think I've used it before, Caviar Volume. That's the brush. Lots of volume with that brush. You on top. Eyes are on. I think it looks pretty decent. Now for the lippy. And I'm going to use a lip liner from Mented called Foxy. Oh, look at my nails. Like, don't look at them. There you go. Okay, overline my lips just a little bit. Then we're gonna use this new lipstick I got from Makeup Revolution. This is in the color Rumba. Rumba, see, rumba, oh. Always gotta put a little gloss on top because we glossy. This is by Fenty Beauty called Hot Chocolate. And chocolate's like spelled with lit at the end, like L-I-T. So cute. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna spritz. And I'm gonna fix my hair real quick. I'm gonna hop on camera. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Really loving how the complexion and everything just worked really well with some of my older products, and very happy with all the new products that I've tried. So the new products, just giving another shout out, is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint with SPF 40. I really love how it feels. It feels super light. It blended so well with my tried and true concealer from Too Faced. And we also used a new blush from Beauty Counter. Really love how this looks. This terracotta, just perfect. I think this will transition well for like a fall, summer fall look. Yeah, I just love how my skin looks, and everything just worked really well together. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and are having fun with makeup. I will leave everything with colors linked down below in the description box. But before I go, make sure that you like this video. Stay for another one. There'll be another one coming right up. and subscribe to the Musings of a Curvy Lady family so you never miss a Curvy Lady upload. I hope you enjoyed this little get ready makeup tutorial and chit chat with me, and let me know if you like more chit chats or should I just stick to doing makeup. But I'll see you in my next one. Until then, please stay lovely. Bye.